Hello students, this is my lecture number 25, Atomic Structure Class Plus 1. So far I have discussed quantum numbers, atomic orbitals, and hopefully we can answer the need of quantum numbers, right? In an atom we have number of orbitals, and in order to differentiate various orbitals, or in order to identify orbitals, we need quantum numbers, where n gives us information about the main shell to which orbital belongs. L, angular momentum quantum number, gives us information about the subshell to which that particular atomic orbital belongs. Is it clear? And magnetic quantum number gives us information about the number of orbitals in a particular subshell. Now the next question is that electrons are present in orbitals. How do we arrange them in an atom? In order to answer these questions, I am considering topic of energies of orbitals. Very useful thing. Energies of orbitals, and this is energy level diagram of hydrogen atom and multi-electron system. So I have drawn two energy level diagrams, one for hydrogen atom and the second one for multi-electron system, just to differentiate these two things. Let us start with hydrogen atom, which is a single electron system. So I have written here energy level diagram for single electron system. Now remember the most important thing. In an atom, we have various energy levels. We got this information from Bohr's model, that energy of an orbital, or let me repeat, energy of a shell is equal to minus 2 pi square m e raised to power 4 z square divided by n square h square. So very clear that energy of a shell, where n represents number of shell, is proportional to z square by n square with a negative sign. So we got this information from Bohr's model that as we move away from the nucleus, energy of shell increases. So you can see this is energy level. Let me mention it here. This is energy level, and right, this is representing shell, and one first shell, second shell, third, fourth. We have arranged them in the order of their increasing energies. Exactly in case of multi-electron system. Okay. Now see, for a single electron system, question comes in mind that we have only one electron in a hydrogen atom. Then what is the purpose of drawing so many shells? Answer is very clear. Undoubtedly, hydrogen atom has one electron, and that electron is also lying in the first shell. The rest of the shells are known as excited levels. When we give energy to the electron, it goes to higher level. Okay, so the first level to which electron is present in hydrogen atom, that is first shell N1, that is known as ground level, and rest of the levels are known as excited levels. So anyhow, we have number of shells, and we have arranged these shells in the order of their increasing energies, and now we know that in an atom we have shells, in shells we have subshells, in subshells we have orbitals, and electrons are in orbitals. So in case of hydrogen atom, this is the first shell having same subshell, and 1s is the orbital. In second shell we have two subshell, 2s and 2p. But in case of single electron system, energy is given by n. This is very important thing. It means 2s and 2p subshell in case of single electron system will have same energies. See, they are having same energy, a very important part. In third shell we have 3 subshells, but energy is decided by only n. So all of 3 subshells will have same energy. Exactly for fourth shell we have 4 types of subshells, 4s, 4p, 4d, 4f. All of them will have same energy. But if it is asked which is having more energy, 3d or 4d, obviously 4d has more energy because energy is decided by n value. So 4d has n equal to 4 and 3d has n is equal to 3. So I can expect that you have got a proper information about energy of sub-levels. Basically we do not have sub-levels in hydrogen atom, we have only levels, right? And in those levels I'm showing 4s, 4p, these are basically subshells lying on the same level. So all subshells are having same energy because we say that energy is decided by n in case of single electron system. Now if we consider multi-electron system, Bohr model was restricted only to single electron system, and though that model gave information about shells only. Fine. So this information is from quantum model. Now in case of multi-electron system we have number of electrons. Because of number of electrons, there we expect inter-electronic repulsions, right? Nuclear electronic interactions and inter-electronic repulsions, due to which there will be a difference in the energies of different subshells. Okay, and as value of nuclear charge increases, interaction with the electrons increases, right? So I just want to show you that this is the first shell, second, third, fourth. As compared to hydrogen atom, you can see 2s, I'm showing 2s here, and in case of multi-electron 2s is lying below because nucleus has more value of charge, so it attracts the shells towards itself. So shells are coming closer to the nucleus in case of multi-electron system. Now this is first shell having one orbital 1s. This is the second shell. Here we have 2 subshells, 2s and 2p, but both subshells have different energies because in case of multi-electron system, relative energy is given by n plus l, not by n. So n plus l will decide their relative energies. So for 2s, n plus l is, this is n, this is l, 2 plus 0, this is equal to 2, and for 2p this is 2 plus 1, 3. So lesser the value means lesser is the, lower the value, lesser is the energy. So this is having lesser energy than 2p. So we can differentiate that we have 2 subshells having different energies. Exactly, you move to the third shell, we have 3 subshells, 3s, 3p, 3d. So you see that point, 3s, 3p, 3s, 3 plus 0 is 3, 3 plus 1, 4, and 1 is 3d. You can see that I have drawn 3d here in the fourth shell. Why? For 3d, n plus l is 5, 3 plus 2, and for 4s, n plus l is 4. So I can easily answer this part. The subshells are arranged in the order of their increasing energies, and energy is decided by n plus l value. Now you can see 1s having minimum energy, then comes 2s, then comes 2p, 3s, 3p, 4s. Very surprising that 4s comes first and then comes 3d. So 3d is present in the fourth shell, and again energy of multi-electron system is decided by n plus l value. Okay, hopefully you can easily analyze this concept, and since subshells have different energies, it means we can say that number of spectral lines will increase in case of multi-electron system. Since in hydrogen only one electron is there, so electron jumps from one level to another level only. So that is why spectral lines were lesser. But in case of multi-electron system, because of different energies of sub-levels, we expect more spectral lines. इस बात को समझने के लिए आपकी पहली अंडरस्टैंडिंग प्रॉपर होनी चाहिए. मैं इसको ये कह रहा हूँ, यहाँ इलेक्ट्रॉन ने फॉल करना है किसी हायर लेवल से किसी लोअर लेवल में फॉर हाइड्रोजन एटम, सिंगल इलेक्ट्रॉन सिस्टम. बट यहाँ क्या होना है, इलेक्ट्रॉन फॉल करेगा या लेवल में या सब लेवल में. तो ऑब्वियसली यहाँ हम सिंपली लेवल टू लेवल बात करते थे, शेल टू शेल बात करते थे. अब यहाँ शेल टू सब शेल भी हो गया. इसका मतलब यहाँ जो स्पेक्ट्रल लाइन्स आएंगी वो ज़्यादा कॉम्प्लिकेटेड होंगी और मोर होंगी. यहीं से बोहर मॉडल की लिमिटेशंस शुरू हो जाती हैं. So I hope so you have got a good information about single electron system and multi electron system regarding energies of subshells or orbitals. Now with this I'm giving you information about filling of atomic orbitals. Yes, this is based on same thing. Aufbau, this is the rules which govern filling of orbitals. These are basically two rules. One is Aufbau's principle, second is Hund's rule. Aufbau's principle, Aufbau's, it's a German word meaning building up. According to Aufbau's principle, in the ground state, atomic orbitals are filled in the increasing order of their energies. I repeat, in the ground state, atomic orbitals oblique subshells, or in the ground state, subshells oblique atomic orbitals are filled in the order of their increasing energies. And energy is given by, for multi-electron system, energy is given by n plus L rule. Is that clear? So exactly जो मैंने अभी आपको बतलाया उसी को ही यहाँ समझा रहा हूँ. In my lecture number 26, I will teach you filling of orbitals. उसमें यहाँ अप्लाई करके दिखाऊंगा Aufbau's principle क्या है. And normally we get question in +1 school level what is Aufbau's principle and Hund's rule. So basically these rules are meant for, these rules are giving us information regarding filling of atomic orbitals, right? तो वो ऑर्बिटल पहले भरा जाएगा, उसमें इलेक्ट्रॉन पहले आएंगे जिसकी एनर्जी कम है, एंड एनर्जी इज डिसाइडेड बाय n plus L failure. Okay, then Hund's rule. ये भी while filling electrons we will explain this thing. Hund's rule, that this is Hund's rule of maximum multiplicity. Maximum multiplicity means maximum spin. According to this rule, this rule will come into play when we have orbitals of same energies. Now if you see this diagram, 1s and 2s, yes, 1s is having lower energy than 2s. If I take 2p, this is 2p, this is n, and p is L. So this is a subshell. In this subshell we have 3 orbitals. So all of them have same energy. Why? Because relative energy is given by only n plus L. We do not include value of m. So all orbitals of 2p subshell will have same energy. Okay, so Hund's rule is meant for those subshells where we have more orbitals and all those orbitals have approximately same energy. So like 2p, 3p, 3d. In 3d subshell, 3d is a subshell, we have 5 orbitals. All of them have approximately same energies, right? So according to this rule, electron pairing will not occur. We assign electrons to them and then we do pairing. So electron pairing will not occur unless each atomic orbital of approximately same energy, we call them as a degenerate orbitals. I mention it here. Electron pairing will not occur unless each atomic orbital of approximately same energy contains single electron with same spin. Okay, what is its exact meaning, its value? You will come to get that in my lecture number 26 while filling orbitals, I will show you how we apply that. So I hope so you have got a good information about energies of various subshells or orbitals in case of single electron system and multi electron system. Thank you very much.